Okay, so next up you're going to want to hop across into the assets door, um, and then just do a standard asset search. Have a look for the standard assets pack here. Um, it's free, and you can see it's actually by Unity themselves. So you'll have a download button here. Hit download, let that thing download, and then click on import. It'll do a bunch of stuff, and it'll come up with a big ass menu, and you can choose what things you want here. I'd say for now it's worth just doing everything. Um, yeah, there's a whole bunch of materials and all sorts of things. We could maybe undo a few of them, but it's quite cool to have all of this sort of stuff lying around. So, in particular, I don't quite know where they are at the moment, but you can see that's the projector still. Broad leaves and stuff, that's good. So there's a bunch of stuff here that we want. There's your water, smoke, fireball, flames, and stuff like that. Different physics materials, but your textures are in here somewhere, and sounds and stuff like that. So let's go ahead and import that, and it can take a little while as it writes everything into the scene, into the project, copying a bunch of files. So what I'm going to get out of the standard assets pack is if you look across on the right here, the terrain that I want to paint on there. So those textures will be available, and I can edit them and add them on here. So I'm just going to wait for that to run in, and I'll be back. Okay, so once that's imported, there's a bit of an irritating thing we've got to deal with, and that is the error message you'll see at the bottom of the screen now. In order to fix that, we're going to have to open up Visual Studio and just make a small little code change. But so your project actually won't be able to play at this point because you've got to resolve all these errors. So I'll show you how to do that just now, but just wanted to go back to the scene and just take this out of the way for now. Now that we have imported the standard assets, and you'll see it just comes up on the side here, and there's a whole bunch of stuff in there, lots of cool things which I can get to another time. But if we go back across to your terrain, just make sure terrain is selected in the hierarchy, and have a look at this terrain component again. Make sure you're on the paintbrush and that you've got paint texture selected. You can click on edit terrain layers, and then click on create layer. And now you'll see, because we've got standard assets, there's a whole bunch of stuff available to us here. Lots of cool other things. But we'll go down and see, for example, there's a grass. You'll see the first one we added, and it actually by default does everything that way. And we can carry on and go and create another one, and this time, for example, let's use the cliff one here. I've added that, and then basically, just like when you were creating the terrain here, you can choose your brush size and opacity and brush, and do a soft brush here, and use make sure it's selected. You can see the blue underline, and now you can go along and literally paint on things there. Now it looks a bit strange, so we'll have to get the but if you look a bit closer, I'll just get so how to fix that in a future video. Maybe it's down at the tiling settings over here, so we want to change those and see what makes sense. Maybe if I add that up to 10, there we go. Now things are starting to look a bit better. Probably needs the same because of our scale with that as well, maybe even more, but you get the idea. Now if I'm selecting here, I'm painting on this really nice cliff scene, and we can head along there and add in different ones that are hiding around here, like the mud rocky one here, and then the one I'm looking for now is this grass rocky. So we'll add that in. We've got now a new brush, and I'm going to take the opacity down a little bit here, and the brush size slightly, and now we can add this muddiness on there. And same problem here, we just want to get that tiling just to get up to a better sort of size, and there you can see we're starting to actually paint a terrain. Pretty cool. See you later.